Hi, I'm Tyler Peterson. I teach the frequency of leadership, and this is the March Alignment, where I share skills and practices to help leaders raise their frequency and step into their power. So this month, the topic is the secret power of your heart. And I love this topic. I'm of an age where I can remember growing up, and to talk about your heart, or to, especially as a man, to be heart aligned was somewhat of a foreign thing. And I can remember people not knowing how to relate to me or not quite understanding where I was coming from. But fortunately, all of that has changed or is beginning to change. And it's much more true now that individuals and some of our societies are moving more into our heart space. And a wonderful way to understand this is just to contrast a little bit. The vast majority of our society still is very mind-based, human mind-based. We value what the human mind can do. And it's a wonderful instrument. It's central to our experience here as humans. But we're experiencing a paradigm shift in our consciousness. And the heart plays a key role in this. And when we move into our heart and begin perceiving ourselves and others through our heart, it really elevates our experience. It opens up a whole new world of understanding and a whole new set of skills and abilities that can really elevate and empower your individual life and your leadership. When I think of leadership, the way I think about it is a leader is anybody who endeavors to create change for themselves or the world around them. When we think about this, our entire leadership, everything we do starts from within ourselves, the quality of our inner experience. And mastering that, enhancing that, really understanding that is the key for us to create any sort of change we want for ourselves or for the world around us. Our external reality is a reflection of our internal state of being. So it really all starts here within ourselves, our frequency, the quality of our frequency. So the human mind, it's something we're all familiar with, and I just want to compare and contrast some of the qualities of the human mind versus the heart. In the human mind, we experience fear. We experience limitation, lack, separation, and by separation I mean we have forgotten that we are source, that we are connected to source, that we are an aspect of source itself, and imbued with the same creative power and potential. We've forgotten that. We hold ourselves unconsciously in separation, and this leads to many challenges in our lives. We are judgmental. Our human minds are very evaluative, and mostly we're judgmental about ourselves. And then also we cast judgments on other people that when we dig down into them, it's really a statement about ourselves, usually for the most part. It's a fascinating aspect of judgment. And judgments, again, are just rooted in fear, one of the first qualities I talked about. The other thing about the human mind is it's conditional. And, there's an exchange. I will love you, or I will love myself if XYZ, this happens, or you do this, or whatever it might be. We've all experienced that conditionality of the mind. And so our mind really, when you think about it, it's operating from a place of limitation. All of those qualities I just described limit us in some way. And for the most part, all of those qualities I just described are self-imposed. In fact, I'd probably be hard-pressed to find one that's not self-imposed, a self-imposed limitation. So as wonderful as the human mind is, with its own intelligence and its ability to help us navigate this material existence, it has a lot of limitations. So let's contrast that with the heart. Now, when we shift our perspective from our mind and into our heart and begin perceiving ourselves and our reality and our experiences, our circumstances from our heart, we have quite a different experience. To begin with, when we're in our heart centers, we don't experience any fear. In fact, I have a teacher that the way they define love is the absence of fear. So if there's an absence of fear, we are experiencing an authentic love, a true love, to contrast that with kind of the love we think about as humans in our human mind. So in our heart, there is no fear. We are fully present. There's no conditions. There's no judgment, so we are accepting first and foremost of ourselves, and then we extend that same acceptance to other people. There are no conditions. We are unconditional. And to bring it home, we are unlimited. We shift from a limited perception of our human mind, of ourselves and others, to an unlimited perception of ourselves and others. And all of these qualities arise because we realize we are the ones who are able to create and determine how we want to feel, what we want to experience, how the quality of our life will be. All of that, we feel empowered when we're in our heart center. So there's no threat, there's no fear. No matter what's happening in the moment, we know we are able to find the joy, the love, the adventure, whatever qualities you want to experience in the moment, that we're able to generate those for ourselves. So the quality of our experience is completely different when we shift from our human mind to our heart. In a moment, I'll describe how to do that, but I just want to make this a little more tangible and applicable. When we move into our heart centers, when we are perceiving ourselves in the world from that perspective, we have stepped through a doorway, and we are now aligned with our divinity, our higher self, our true awareness, our infinite awareness. There's so many words, our soul, whatever word you want for it. It's that knowing, that sense we can identify with this bigger part of ourselves that's present and that wants to live and experience and be expressed through us in this world. That we all have, well, I don't know if we all have that sense, but if you're watching this video, I'm fairly certain, I have a high level of conviction, you have an awareness of that, if not a direct perception on a regular basis. So when we move into our heart centers, we are doing that. We are stepping into our divine mind. We're stepping into our soul, our spirit, our higher self. We are living from that perspective. And a lot of different things become available to us when we do that. We access our inner wisdom. There's an inner knowing, an authentic knowing that arises. The human mind likes to question, but our hearts know. That's a nice way of thinking about moving into the heart center. A creativity is available to us there that is not available when we're in our human mind. New ideas, new thoughts, new insights, realizations arise with a flow and an ease that we don't experience when we're in our human mind. And we, in fact, have access to information and ideas and wisdom that we just can't access when we're in our human mind. We're dwelling at a lower frequency in our human mind, and we can't punch through that ceiling to access these more infinite ideas and awareness and wisdom and realizations. When we're in our heart center, that entire library of information is available to us, all within ourselves. We don't have to go externally. It's all there within ourselves. Our discernment is greatly heightened, and especially our discernment to know our truth or what the truth is for ourselves. We all experience our own version of the truth, and that's okay. But when we move into our heart center, it allows us to discern what the truth is for ourselves with a level of clarity that we're not able to achieve in our mind. To know if this interaction with this person or this information that's coming my way is authentic, if it's supportive to me and to my frequency, or if it's asking or seeking to put me into a place of fear and disempowerment. We're able to discern those frequencies for ourselves much more easily when we're in our heart center. In our heart centers, we also are able to release limitations, all those limitations I talked about from the human mind, those self-imposed habitual patterns we have, those filters over our perception that lead us to believe there's something wrong with ourselves or the world, that we're unworthy, unloved, that we're not able or don't have the power to create the experiences we want for ourselves. All of those ideas are fear-based, and they're all associated with the filters of limitation we take on when we're in our human mind. In our heart centers, when we shift into our divine mind, there are no filters. All of that drops away. We're also able to be more present, and in total, all of these qualities and these experiences when we are in our heart centers help us to be an empowered, conscious creator. There are no limitations. We know we are the ones in the driver's seat, able to shape our experience through the quality of our frequency. And all of that starts by moving into our heart centers. So how do we do this? The secret power of our heart is, in some ways, all the things I just described. And If I could sum it up, it's moving from limitation to unlimitedness, if that's a word. From being limited to being unlimited, and all that flows from that. That's the secret power of our heart. But another secret of moving into our hearts is that it is so easy to do. This is not a difficult thing that will take you years and years to master. Chances are you've done this many times throughout your lifetime. Perhaps you even do this on a regular basis, whether you're aware of it or not. It's fairly easy. It just takes a little bit of practice and being consciously aware of it. So how do we do it? Well, we just intend. We set the intention that we move into our heart center. We shift our awareness to our heart center. We rest our awareness in our heart centers. And the way I like to do this is to breathe, take a deep breath or two, ground, set the intention to be grounded, connected to earth, allow the energy and the love of earth to come up and to hold you. And then set the intention to heart center. So breathe, ground, heart center. And just relax and feel. Feel that opening in your heart. Feel your entire body just shifting into a different state. It might feel more easeful. It might feel a little slower pace in a good way. It may feel more sharp, meaning more clarity. The haziness of our human mind might go away when we shift into our heart center, and there's a certain clarity that we experience, a peacefulness. And just feel your heart center. And you can, if this is helpful to you, think about a place in nature that you love, or a baby wild animal. When we bring those images to mind and we feel in our hearts, in our bodies, what we feel when we think of those places, when we mentally put ourselves in those places in nature or with animals, it changes our entire physiology. We can feel a form of love, a form of joy, a form of all these high frequencies starting to arise throughout our body. And that's a real key, a real indicator that you're shifting or have shifted into your heart center. So this is the key. Shift into your heart center as often and as regularly as you can. Set a reminder for yourself each day, several times throughout the day, to check in, to move into your heart center, to shift your perspective from your human mind to your heart or your divine mind as it is. The heart is the gateway to our divine mind. And begin perceiving and navigating your experience from that place and see how the quality of your life shifts. I would love to know how this practice goes for you. When you do practice this, please come back, share in the comments. Let me know, how has this experience been for you? Has it been easy to shift into your heart space? Do you find it difficult? Maybe there's some realizations that popped up for you, some new creative ideas, some new breakthroughs you've had. Please share those with me. I'd love to celebrate with you. So put your comments below. Let me know. That's it for the teaching this week. I just want to remind you all that if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe or like the video. Please share it with your friends. And if you'd like to receive this as well as other resources, head on over to my website, thefrequencyofleadership.com, and sign up for our newsletter. We'll be sure to keep you up to date with all the free resources as soon as they come out. It's a great way to continue learning and continuing to putting into practice in your life these practices and skills that will help you as a leader step into your full power to raise your frequency and begin creating the change you want to see for yourself and the world around you in a very intentional and powerful way. All right, well, thank you for your time this month. We're going to shift now into the alignment. And if you've done this before, wonderful. I'm going to give a couple of instructions. Feel free to listen to these or skip ahead to the alignment itself. For everyone else, whether this is a refresher or new to you, each month I offer a free alignment. And what this is I channel energy that comes through and works with you individually to help raise your frequency. It's intelligent energy. It tailors itself exactly to your needs, reading your frequency and understanding what would be of the highest service to you right now in your life. It could help you to realize, to have some insights about your life, to help facilitate you making a decision to let go of some limitations or patterns or challenges you've been experiencing in your life. It may help you to have realizations that help you step into a higher frequency. You can experience this in so many different ways. Physically, you might feel sensations. Emotionally, emotions might arise for you to see and to release. Mentally, you may have thoughts or memories, things you hadn't thought about in so long, or insights or realizations pop up into your awareness. You could feel energy in and around your body. There are a variety of things that you may experience or feel, and it's also true that you may not feel or have any of those experiences. It could just be a very peaceful and quiet moment. And that's just fine. The energies are absolutely still present and working with you, so long as you give them your permission. And you will benefit 100% from this alignment. So no matter what your experience is, know that you are loved, you are supported, and for these next 15 minutes, you will be elevated. You'll be taken to a place of a higher frequency to show you what's possible for you in your life. So I will lead us into a lightly guided meditation. I'll ask for your permission to share these energies with you. And then I'll say I'm opening to the channel. And when I do that, from that point forward, I'm quiet. I won't say anything else. I am in a meditative state. And my role really is to be a bridge, to open to these energies, and then to step back and out of the way and allow them to come through and do their work with you. Allow them to support you, to love you, to help raise you up, to help you to remember the infinite worthy being that you are, to help you feel that unconditional love that we are always connected to. It's just that we've forgotten. After 15 minutes is up, I'll come back and I'll call us back out of the alignment session, out of the meditation, and at that point it will be over. Your role is simply to relax and to be present and to enjoy the experience. The more you're able to relax your mind, move into your heart center, then the easier it is for these energies to work with you, the more powerful they're able to work with you as well. So just have an easy mind and move into your heart centers. This is good practice. All right, lovely. Let's get started. So if you haven't already, find a place to sit or you can lay down. The most important part is just to be comfortable and to be awake. You want to try and be present to these energies as best you can. And as always, before I start, I just want to ask for your permission to share these energies with you. So if I do have your permission, please say yes out loud or yes quietly to yourself. Okay, excellent. Let's get going. So I'll just invite you to close your eyes and breathe in through your nose and a longer, slower exhale out through your mouth. And just do that a couple of times in your own rhythm, your own pace, settling into a rhythm that feels natural for you. In through your nose and a longer, slower exhale out through your mouth. And then set the intention to be grounded, to open to earth and her energies, and to allow them to come up and to hold you, to love you, to support you. And just feel that connection with earth. And then setting our final intention, and I encourage you to say this intention out loud, and it is, I am present and I am open to receive all that is for my highest good. Okay. I'm going to open to the channel now, and I'll be in silence for the next 15 minutes or so, and I'll call us back when we're done. So here we go. own time and your own way, just invite you to come back to the room, to your body. Open your eyes in your own time. And that's the end of the alignment, this month's March alignment, The Secret Power of Your Heart. Thank you for joining me, and please share your comments, your experience of the teaching, your experience of the alignment itself below here on the channel. I would love to hear what's going on for you and how you experienced it. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this was of a great service to you, and I hope to see you next month. All right, thanks. Take care. Bye.